Did my best. I promise you.
They should have got here early, but you did a great job. I will let Lee know. You did a great job.
Malik's the best. Malik's the rock star.
Yeah, no, but I'm telling you, you were there, man. You were there.
Yeah, he's at a conference today.
Okay. I don't even know what I did to my chart. So forth about anything.
So it showed up on YouTube?
Well, I won't go live.
But this is YouTube, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's YouTube.
All right, well, that's good. The screen is casting.
Looks good. Thank you.
All righty, sir. Best of luck. It was good knowing you.
For you too.
Hey, so you work for Amherst County?
I'm currently, I'm the supervisor of innovation and learning there.
Awesome.
So enjoy it. You know.
Good. Well, I hope our paths cross again soon.
Hey, I'm sure it will. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
6 right here. No, 6.
No, but it's here. Yeah, I want to apply first.
Good evening. Good evening. Hope everybody's doing well. I have to move this microphone a little bit. So Jim, we come back up because I forget this. There you go. All right. So I want to thank you all for being here tonight as we honor our retirees this year. We have 26 staff members who are retiring this year. Not all are here this evening for other reasons, but we do have 26 honorees, 26 retirees this year. Of those 26 retirees, 602 years of time in Amherst County and 716 years total years of service, combined Amherst County and outside of the county. So that is a lot of knowledge leaving, but we do appreciate all you have given us and our students over the past year that you've been with us. So we do thank you for that. We do want to welcome everyone tonight. I want to honor our organizational school board members that are here this evening. Mr. Chris Terry, Ms. Abby Thompson, Ms. Priscilla Ligon, and Ms. Lori Sauber. Anybody else? I also want to thank Mr. Gallagher and his staff from HR for getting all this set up tonight and making everything happen. So I do appreciate you and your team for making this happen tonight. We do have some entertainment, and Mr. Gallagher will introduce that here in a few seconds. Some of our students from Amherst Middle School will be singing for us tonight, and then we'll go with our meal after that, and then recognition is after the meal. So again, thank you all for being here, and I'll turn it over to Mr. Gallagher. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
All right, welcome again. Woohoo! Nice. That's a lot of years right there, dedicated to education. So I just wanted to reiterate that I appreciate each and every one of you. You've been amazing contributors to Amherst County Public Schools, and you're very appreciated. Now it is my pleasure to turn things over to Miss Elisa Nogueras and the Amherst Middle School Choral Ensemble, who will honor you this evening with some choral melodies. cultivated in Amherst County Public Schools, and you all been a part of that. So one last special moment of gratitude for me. I thank each and every one of you for the dedication to the lives of children that you've shown, for all of the things that you have done over your careers to grow, to develop, to enrich the lives of children, many of whom are adults now. And that's because some of you have been at this for 40-some years. So I just appreciate you. I hold a deep gratitude for all you have done in service to students and families and to your community. So I thank you for that. Now it is time to release for dinner. So Mr. Penn, you have agreed to give the blessing, and once you do that for us, I will release folks to go have a nice meal.
We ask everyone to please bow your heads and let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we're truly grateful for the grace and mercy that you bestowed upon us early this morning. And then, gracious Father, you kept your hand of protection upon us all day long, allowing us to arrive safely here to this awesome service that you have set aside to honor the former, soon-to-be former retirees of Amherst County Public Schools. We ask you, Father God, to bless this food that we're about to receive for the nourishment of our body. It's in Christ's name that I pray, and we all give thanks. Amen.
And that was a special blessing because Ernest Bend is also one of the retirees this evening, so we appreciate you very much. All right, at this time, what I will do is release you all. Oh, hold on a second. Apparently I'm wrong. All right, so 6:30 is what I was told from one. We set it for 6:15, so we're just going to do what I can't stand here and do stand-up. But I will again reiterate my deep gratitude. Honestly, what you do, what you have done to touch the lives of everyone in your community over the years is amazing. And as I've said, each and every position in the division, you're all educators. It doesn't matter whether you are working as a bus driver, an assistant to a teacher, a principal. It really doesn't matter what the position, because you've all dedicated your lives to enriching those around you, to growing and developing the students that we have in this division. So I know I'm reiterating that, but I wanted to thank you again for that because it really means everything. So you all are amazing people. And I guess what I'm going to have to say is mingle for a few minutes, and as soon as we're ready, I'll go release the folks to dinner. But this side of the room over here, these 4 tables, if you want to go on through the line, please.
Congratulations, sir. Yeah, love you too. Thank you for everything for years. The way you represent Christ and your job. It's played a bigger role in my life than you probably. I appreciate you. Yeah, love you too. Thank you.
Although, no, actually, it's someone who's actually.
Thank you for requesting that song. Really proud.
Yeah, wasn't that great?
Oh my God, that's one of my favorites. I'm sitting back here about the ball. Look at me like.
So have you seen Annie?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the new version? Oh my gosh, she's so
Kate has
good.
sung that song for
Yeah. And I was telling Intel, like, I just think about each kid and some of the things that some of those kids have gone through and then singing that song. It was like,
Yes.
hits me right in the heart.
I was right there. That's what she told me. She said, you requested it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, doing well. There's only that like hour that I felt terrible.
Yeah, careful how you said it hits me right in the heart. We don't want to hear that.
Yeah. The heart monitor's off. I mailed it back this morning. So haven't had anything since then. So I don't know. And I wasn't even having a terrible day that day. It wasn't even like, I mean, it was Teacher Appreciation Week. We were having fun that week. You want to just give me the high sign with the line goes down?
Honorees are here this evening, so for those that are not here, I will still call the name and kind of note the years of experience with ACPS and maybe overall. So, we begin this evening with the high school, and our first honoree is Cheryl Fales, and she was with us for 20 years with ACPS, and that is her total time as well. She is not here this evening. Ms. Terry O'Hara is not with us this evening, but she is retiring this year from the high school as well, from economics and personal finance, and she was with ACPS for 9 years, but 25 years overall in education. And now if I can request that Mr. Ernest Penn come forward to the podium. Presenting Mr. Penn is Dr. Wells.
It's gonna fit me very nice.
I tested it out earlier. Good evening. And before I get started with Mr. Penn, I do this again, I thank him for being here. As I look around the room, I see a lot of folks that I have worked with many years, some of you 30 some odd years. So I appreciate the time. As we get to this point, you know, there's a little bit of envy from my position, a little bit sometimes when I see y'all retiring. I don't get to you yet, but anyway. Wish you the best in your retirement. Again, thank you all for all you've done. So, Mr. Penn, tonight we're going to honor the extraordinary career of Mr. Ernest Penn, who has been the heart and soul of the Amherst Education Center for the past 27 years. As the lead administrator of our alternative education school, Mr. Penn has devoted himself to a mission that requires immense patience, compassion, and vision, helping students reach their full potential when others may have lost hope. Mr. Penn, your unwavering belief in the power of education has been nothing short of inspiring. Every day for nearly 3 decades, you have walked through the doors of AEC, Monroe Education Center at the time, now AEC, bring with you a commitment to meet each student where they are and guide them toward brighter futures. You You have been a source of stability, wisdom, and encouragement for students and staff alike. Before joining us in Amherst County Public Schools as the lead of our alternative program, Mr. Penn honed his dedication to education at Old Dominion Job Corps, where he served as both the World of Work instructor and a GED instructor. This experience laid the foundation for what would become a remarkable career, one centered on empowering students who needed it most. Your ability to focus not only on academics, but also on life skills has left a lasting impact on countless young people. One of the hallmarks of your leadership has been your ability to see the potential in every student who walked into AEC. You have not just been an administrator, you've been a mentor, a role model, and often a second chance for students who needed someone to believe in them. Your compassion has turned doubt into determination, and your support has turned obstacles into opportunities. Stories of students who have gone on to achieve great things because of your guidance are too numerous to count. And your dedication has not only shaped the lives of individual students, but also strengthened our entire school community. The legacy you leave at Amherst Education Center is one of hope, resilience, and transformation. You have shown us all what it means to truly serve, and for that, we are forever grateful. As you step into this new chapter of retirement, you know that today will soon be filled with well-deserved rest, perhaps some new adventures, and hopefully a bit of time to reflect on the profound difference you have made. On behalf of the entire Amherst County Public Schools family, thank you for your tireless service, your compassionate leadership, and your unwavering belief in the potential of every student. So tonight we celebrate not just your career, but the countless lives you have touched along the way. Mr. Penn, we wish you a retirement filled with joy, peace, and fulfillment. You've definitely earned it. Congratulations to you, a true educator, a steadfast leader, and an extraordinary individual. Thank you for everything, and enjoy the journey ahead. Thank you, sir.
Now I have the pleasure of asking Mr. Penn to remain at the podium, but in a different capacity, because now he is a presenter this evening. If I can ask Ms. Michelle Stedman to step forward.
Once again, we want to thank everyone for making this day very special. It is my honor and privilege to present the next soon-to-be retiree, Michelle Stedman. Ms. Stedman came to Monroe Alternative School August of 2005, I think it was. She has been with me for the last 20 years as the only math teacher at Monroe Education Center and Amherst Education Center. I believe she has had one of the toughest jobs there is at the alternative school, which is to try to motivate and teach students, at-risk kids, who may otherwise not believe in themselves. Teaching math for teenagers, I think, is hard anywhere, no matter what school you're at. But a lot of kids come to Ms. Stedman, they have a lot of potholes in their education, but because of her dedication to the profession, to her commitment to the students, they leave her class knowing more about math than what they came to her. Well, one of the things I want to say about Ms. Stedman is that not only is she or has been and still is a big part of our Amherst Education Center family, she is a big part of my family. Personally, she has been a member of my church for the last, I believe, 20-something years. Close to 20 years. One of the most dedicated and faithful members. So she's a part of my school family, but also my church family. She has seen my children grow up. She is one of my church school teachers, vacation Bible school teacher, as well as Sunday school teacher. So I'm proud to see her retired from school, and I know that she has a lot more things on her plate, and we wish her the best this day forward. Thank you.
Our next honoree was not able to be with us this evening. Missy Cunningham, who was our technology teacher from Amherst Middle School. She was with us in the county for 24 years. Now if I could call Ms. Kim Goins to the stand up here to the podium, and her presenter, Mr. Kelly Holmes.
So the task of being able to speak about Ms. Goins is quite a daunting one. So I used AI. Create my speech, and when I typed in Kim Goins, it's actually still on my printer printing. It's not a few brief words that we can say. Actually, it will probably be a book. And if you could entitle that book, it would be called Love Hard, because that's what she does. Every day that I've had the opportunity to work with her, which has been this year, she does amazing things. And it's just an awesome gift to be able to watch her use her talents to benefit life for other students. I've known Kim for many years, and she's a family friend. And when my mom passed away, she was one of the first people to reach out. When Robin's mom passed away, she was one of the first people to reach out. And I've seen that over and over and over again. She loves hard. She is compassionate about students, her family, her community, and she does an awesome job of making the world a better place for our students and our faculty and staff. She's going to be tremendously missed. However, we know that she will continue to love hard.
I just wanted to say, Mr. Holmes, I appreciate your style, claiming AI right out of the gate. I appreciate that. Now I'm going to call Ms. Deborah Roman up to the platform.
I've had the privilege to work with Ms. Roman for 4 months. And over that time, I got to know her a little better. When we talked about retirement, I had to do a little bit of research. And in doing that research, I found that she's worked in Amherst County Public Schools for 29 years. She has served our schools and our students and done a tremendous job with that. However, I did not have to research what an impact she has on our students and our school. And each day, as I'll enter the building after completing bus duty, she was always right there with a smile and a warm heart to greet you as you go into the Nelson Middle School. That is amazing, and it's awesome to see that type of individual. You miss those type of individuals when they leave your school, but also we do know that Ms. Roman is going to continue. 8 grandchildren, the oldest, which is 16. So she's going to be spending time with her grandkids. And Ms. Roman, I do want to say thank you for your years of service to Amherst County Public Schools and to another middle school. Thank you so much, man.
We had a few other Pinellas Middle School Trojans to reflect upon this evening who were not able to make it. Miss Lisa Shaner was with Amherst County Public Schools. She most recently is an EL teacher for 16 years at Amherst County Public Schools and for 26 total years in education. Mr. Jeff Tomlin was with us for 7 years teaching social studies in Amherst County Public Schools at Pinellas and 29 years total. I actually taught with Jeff at Heritage High School back in 1998. From Avalon Elementary School, Ms. Pam Puffines was not able to be here, but she is a first grade teacher retiring with 10 years of experience with ACPS. And it's a privilege to call Ms. Michelle Harvey up to the stage and her presenter, Ms. Mandy Cassisi, Dr. Mandy Cassisi.
So Michelle and I already discussed this. We don't like to get up in front of people. So she said, I'll just sit in that chair. I said, that chair is for you. Yes. So Michelle, it's an honor to stand here and celebrate someone who's made an incredible impact over the last 30 years in education. You've been with Amherst County Public Schools, I think you just said, since 2008. Okay, so I was trying to do the math. I can't do that. Michelle's been a cornerstone at AES. Her dedication to students has never gone unnoticed. She has consistently gone above and beyond to make sure that every child who walked through her classroom doors was equipped with the tools, support, and quality instruction they needed to thrive. Her care didn't end with academics. She nurtured confidence, built character, and helped shape the futures of countless students. One of Michelle's co-workers put it perfectly when she said, I have always admired Michelle's dedication to her students. That admiration is shared by all of us at AES. She's brought passion, patience, and purpose to her work every single day. Michelle has also been the kind of colleague we all hope to work alongside. Her generosity with ideas, her willingness to collaborate, her commitment to doing what's best for students has made her a true team player. Another colleague shared, she's always willing to share and exchange ideas to determine the best opportunities for our students. That spirit of teamwork and shared purpose is something that we'll deeply miss. And while we're also happy for Michelle, she begins this next exciting chapter, there's no denying that her absence will be felt. She has been a vital part of the AES family, someone we could count on, someone who lifted us up, and someone who made our school better. Michelle, thank you. Thank you for 3 decades of service to students.
All right, if I could now have Ms. Linda Moorfield come up to the stage and her presenter, Mr. Josh Neighbors. And I apologize. Our co-presenter is Julie Albert.
Ms. Warfield has far too many accolades for one person to present. It is my pleasure this evening to be joining Ms. Julie Albert in honoring our dear colleague and friend, Ms. Linda Warfield. Ms. Warfield has been a member of the ACPS family for 30 years, all in the service of our preschool program. 30 years, preschool. That's a whole lot of little babies. All right. Beginning as an instructional assistant in the very first, and at the time only pre-K class in the entire division, Ms. Warfield moved on to become one of the finest teachers I've ever seen. And most recently has been serving her colleagues in pre-K as a division coach. To walk into Ms. Warfield's classroom is to see a master educator at work. No opportunities to support, instruct, and love on her kids was missed, and generations of Amherst County students were better because of their time with you. Ms. Warfield, you are truly irreplaceable. We cannot thank you enough for your incredible service to our schools.
So Linda, it was very hard to decide which amazing things I would share about you since there are so many. I finally decided to share a memory of one of the first times I was in your classroom, as I think it speaks volumes about who you are. It won't stand out to you, as I truly believe that it was the norm for you each day. If you remember, Dr. Lyle and I were visiting pre-K classrooms after we had completed that 2-year training with TTAC related to inclusive practices for students with disabilities. What we witnessed that day gave both of us chills and could have been recorded for a best practice training. You had a class of 18 boisterous preschool students, some who had significant disabilities. You let a whole group story while constantly monitoring a student who needed to pace the room. And then you seamlessly transitioned them to the rug, to the group, and into your lap to assist with the story props without impacting the lesson whatsoever. He then became an active participant, interacted with his peers, and met the same lesson objectives as all the other students. That day, we knew we needed to develop a plan for your expertise and impact to reach others. You are a phenomenal person, friend, teacher, colleague, and coach. Thank you for your dedication to students, families, and staff. Your expertise has had such a powerful and positive impact and allows us to provide high-quality preschool programs. We wish you the best.
Some honorees from Central Elementary School who are not able to make it this evening. Ms. Donna Burks, instructional assistant, was with us for 24 years with ACPS. Ms. Angie Cash, who regrettably we lost over this year, was with us for 16 years in ACPS as a custodian. And Ms. Kathy Nolan, who is not present with us, who I worked with a lot when I got here, was with us as a board certified behavior analyst, and was with Amherst County Public Schools for 46 years. Moving on to Eland Elementary School. I'll please ask Ms. Deborah Wendland to come up to the stage. And the presenter, Ms. Lily Saunders.
So before I retire, I will speak off the cuff, like Mr. Penn and Mr. Holmes, but tonight I do have your favorite. Good evening. Also, I'm a crier, so already crying, keep crying. Today we're here to celebrate someone who has been a shining star at Eland Elementary for many years. Our friend, colleague, and instructional assistant, Ms. Debbie Wendland. While it's hard to sum up the impact she's had, one thing is clear. The school simply won't be the same without her. Debbie has been the kind of person every school hopes to have. Reliable, caring, knowledgeable, and deeply committed to both students and staff. One year, when the regular history teacher was out for several months, Debbie did not hesitate. She stepped in, led students and the substitute teacher through Virginia studies seamlessly and successfully. It was truly an amazing thing to watch. Let's report about Ms. College. And one example of her stepping up, not for recognition, but because of who she is. Also, Mrs. Bunch states, Debbie is irreplaceable. If you've worked with her, you know that's not an exaggeration. When she's in your classroom, things run smoother, she helps manage behavior, support academics, and somehow always knows when a student just isn't quite getting something. She never hesitates to jump in and make it better. Jim Battle shared how much he misses Debbie's steady presence. She's been out on retirement since October. Her organization, her teaching skills, and the way she always went above and beyond at the drop of a hat. That's what made her special. Her quiet leadership and unwavering devotion to students. Christy Mays reminds us of Debbie's heart, how she looked out for everyone, offering thoughtful advice and showing her generosity in countless ways. Whether she was supporting students or fellow staff members, you always knew Debbie had your back. And every August, when the rest of the staff were still shifting out of summer mode, Debbie was there, getting ready for the new school year. Michelle Douthit, a fellow IA, said it best. Debbie just knew what needed to be done. Always flexible, always dependable, and always ready to jump into any new role that needed filling. Through it all, one thing remained constant, Debbie's love for her family. That love has guided her decisions and filled her with the quiet strength that's defined her work here in our community. As much as we'll miss her at Elam Elementary, we're truly happy she now has the time to be more present with those who need the most of her. Debbie, you've left a mark on the school that won't fade. Your dedication and kindness and your ability to lift up students and staff are things we'll carry with us. Thank you for everything, for your service, for your soaring spirit, and for your heart. You've more than earned the new chapter. May it be filled with rest, joy, and the precious time of being with me. Congratulations.
The next honoree, who is listed as Elam Elementary School, actually could be best described as serving at Manelison Middle School, the school's administrative offices, and most recently at Madison Heights Elementary School. Miss Martha Paulberger, Marty, who has 22 years of experience with ACPS and 29 years total. She was not able to be with us tonight. So a little story, the next individual I had to present, I heard a story that she did not want to sit in the Rockies. However, as the individual who brought her out of the classroom to make a greater and bigger impact on more lives in the central office, you're still here, you're still working, and you are directed to sit in the Rockies. I'd like to give Miss Julie Albert to the stage, please.
So Ms. Albert provided me her second request this evening to keep it quick. We're over 2, Ms. Albert. I apologize. We're doing my best for you though. All right. This honor's where you at, man. I came to Amherst 7 years ago. I came to Amherst 7 years ago. One of the first people I met. Should have asked me to cry. All right. Julie Allen, first person I met. That week, Julie took me on a tour of the division. It was a memorable time for many different reasons, but ultimately we were visiting the schools, meeting all the building administrators. She was introducing me and was welcome to each building because I was with Julie Albert. We were able to have those important early conversations, let me know I had struggled with honey prayer.
got this job.
For those who haven't had the pleasure of working with Julie, she's one of the kindest and most gracious individuals you'll ever meet. Her ability to build meaningful relationships with students, families, and colleagues alike is one of her greatest strengths. Clearly, that same spirit of care, connection, and being so supported in those first weeks has defined every interaction I've had and seen her have since. After 33 years of dedicated service at Amherst County Public Schools, at Central, Elon, and SAO, Julie's retiring, leaving behind a legacy of compassion, commitment, and tireless advocacy for students, especially those who need her most. As a career special educator, she's devoted her work to lifting up the most vulnerable learners and their families. Her leadership helped drive one of the largest expansions of preschool programming in our division, opening doors of opportunity for so many children. Through every challenge, Julie's led with integrity and heart, guided by an unwavering belief in doing what is best for kids. Her counsel has been a steady anchor for countless educators, and her presence has made ACPS a stronger, more caring place. Ms. Albert, you are more than a colleague. Deeply grateful for everything you've done for me, for so many others. We're going to miss you day to day. We're not going to let you get too far, but we're going to have some conversations. But we're very excited for your next chapter, especially those Sweet Briar ladies you're going to get to go on and love on. Congratulations on your time.
All right, the next honoree served as my mentor and role model when I was a supervisor of student services and special education. It is on my Mount Rushmore of individuals who have made the most profound impact as leaders on my life. So I'll call Dr. David Norman to the stage.
I will do my best after following Josh on that. So. All right, Dana. So tonight I'm going to recognize Dr. Dana Norman, our Chief Academic Officer and Assistant Superintendent, who has been with us at Amherst County for 12 years. Dr. Norman, as you prepare to embark on this well-deserved retirement journey, we find ourselves filled with a mix of emotions: gratitude for your contributions, admiration for your achievements, and perhaps a tiny bit of envy that you're still meeting in retirement, as she reminds us almost every day. 12 years, what a legacy to leave behind. Dr. Norman joined our division with a mission to uplift and improve our schools. She spearheaded the school improvement process with vision and determination, always believing that every student deserves the best possible education. From helping schools identify innovative strategies to fostering an unwavering culture of excellence, Dr. Norman's fingerprints on every success story we've had over the past decade. When we first came to ACPS, I was principal of Nelson Middle School. When we first met, I never would have thought I'd be giving you this speech tonight as superintendent. However, you did. You pushed me and you supported me during my roles as principal in Nelson, at the high school, and as assistant superintendent. I'm grateful for everything you've done on for me, but for the school division as well. One of our most impactful initiatives was the implementation of thinking maps. Remember that? 2 years ago. Recognizing the need for tools that could enhance critical thinking and problem-solving skills across all grade levels, Dr. Norman championed this program with passion and precision. Through her leadership, teachers were trained, students were empowered, and the classrooms were transformed into hubs of visual learning and cognitive growth. The success of Thinking Maps in fostering deeper understanding and engagement among her students is yet another testament of her forward-thinking approach to education. Let us not forget COVID-19. I don't think any of us will. When schools across the country were fell into disarray, Dr. Norman remained a beacon of calm and ingenuity. She led the charge to establish online instruction in her division, ensuring that students' education would not falter in the face of this unprecedented challenge. While others were figuring out how to unmute from Google Meetings and Zooms and everything else, she was busy Marco Polo with everybody in the school division. I refuse. Because I know they'll be hitting me at 3 o'clock in the morning for it. I said, nope, I'm not doing no Marco Polo. Her efforts not only bridged the gap during those uncertain times, but also paved the way for innovation in how we approach education today. Though a humorous observation, she seems to be getting happier and happier every day. During a staff meeting, the six makes a point for madness that she's retiring. I think she likes to rub that salt in the wound. And yesterday was her birthday. Mr. Neighbors made her hot dogs for her birthday, one of her favorites, so we got hot dogs for lunch. But your accomplishments are extraordinary. You began teaching in Fayetteville, North Carolina, worked in Bedford County for 13 years, where you were an English teacher at Forest Middle, a language arts teacher at Bedford Middle. I got to read all these because I can't remember. English instructional specialist, an assistant principal at Goodview Elementary, and a supervisor for humanities and school improvement. In Amherst, you have served us as a chief academic officer and assistant superintendent since you joined us in 2013. Most impressively, which to me I feel is really impressive, she might not think so. She worked for the National Capital Strategies, where she consulted with Laura Bush during the Bush administration, focusing on policy related to early childhood and cognitive development. You have invested your time and energy not only in our students, but also in our staff. You focused on growing the leadership in our schools and across the division, empowering our future leaders to achieve their best. It is your kindness, although some may not get to experience that kindness, depending on what mood she's in when she comes to the school. Your humility, your unwavering commitment to our students that will leave the deepest mark. As you transition to this next chapter, we imagine your days will be soon filled with things like vacations at the beach, leisurely breakfast, new hobbies, and maybe a Cosmo or two. On behalf of the entire school community, we thank you for everything you've done. You've given us your best, and we will be forever better for it. Your leadership has been a true gift to Amherst County. You've inspired countless educators, students, and administrators, and your influence will undoubtedly ripple through the community for generations. There have been some tough decisions that have been made, but when asked why, the answer has always been that decision is what is best for kids. You never wavered from that philosophy, regardless of the heat that may come your way from decisions. You always put the students first. So tonight, we don't say goodbye. Instead, we say see you soon. We wish your retirement filled with joy, relaxation, and maybe even a few mornings. We gotta have to set that alarm clock. And you earned it. Donnie may make you get up. I don't think you're cooking you breakfast. So again, Dr. Norman, you're a true leader, an extraordinary colleague, and a wonderful friend. And thank you for everything you have done, and I hope you enjoy this next adventure. I like Mr. Penn and Mr. Holmes, that too. Because I always forget something if I do.
I got this. So, congratulations.
All right, Mr. Ben, we're retired.
Here you go.
All right, folks, we're going to move on to the transportation department and honor some of our retirees there. Some of the individuals were not able to make it this evening. I'll start with Ms. Betty Cash, who was not able to be here. She was a driver and worked for us for 29 years in Amherst County Public Schools. Mr. Jeff Clark is also retiring from the position of bus driver, and he was with us for 14 years in Amherst County Public Schools. And now if I could welcome Ms. Gail Martin to the stage, and our presenter, Ms. Rhonda Campbell.
Josh, on behalf of Jim and I, we have her first. Good evening, all. This is a first for me. I actually have 3 attendees tonight. So we are taking applications. Retired, come on. We are more than welcome, Ms. Dana. So over the past 7 years, this has been my first time of having this. With my people that are attending with us tonight, we have a combined total service of 96 years. With just the 3 of you ladies. Mrs. Gail Martin joined ACPS in August of 2002, and throughout the years she has served as a bus driver on our mainstream and our sped buses. Mrs. Martin's elementary route over the past several years for Central Elementary involved into one of our largest elementary groups that we've transported. Her bus was busting at the seams of 67 little ones. As you can imagine, this was not an easy task, but Mrs. Martin used her stern voice, no inside intercom needed, and was able to maintain control. Mrs. Martin's family experienced a hardship of the illness of her beloved husband, Alan, and was set the path for a long recovery process that eventually led Mrs. Martin to have to make this quick decision to retire. During her preparations for retirement, Mrs. Martin never gave up on her ACPS family, even when she was unable to dedicate every day to us. She was determined to give as much time as she could to her students and her teams. Mr. Martin took a turn for the worse in December and unfortunately passed away, leaving a huge void not only for the Martin family, but numerous others in our department and our community who knew the family very well. Mrs. Martin spent a lot of her time with ACPS serving as a dedicated member of our bus association, where she appeared before our school board to band together with her colleagues to support for our needs and requests for a paved parking lot lighting, and much more. Mrs. Martin's dedication to our department will not end at retirement. She continues to support the association and will push forward for improvements for our family. In Mrs. Martin's own words, the old timers are getting few and far between. I guess it's time to step aside, piddle in my garden, do some canning, and spend some time on my farm. Thank you, Gail, for all that you've done for us.
And I'll ask that Ms. Rhonda Campbell remain at the stage, and we will bring Ms. Lila Smith to the stage, please.
So Miss Lila, just because you're retired does not mean you don't come and bring us those sweet treats. Okay? Did you know I need them? So Miss Lila Smith joined ACPS in September of 1984, 40 years ago.
Wow.
Can you imagine what she has seen driving a bus over the last 40 years? I would venture to say that she has probably transported the moms and dads of the kids that she has now, and maybe even a grandchild or two. Mrs. Smith has served on many different routes during her 40 years, and in the past 7.5 years, she has been driving the Temperance and Pleasant View area. Although currently she has been assigned to only a secondary school route, she's always been available to jump in to help her colleagues. So when you think about bus routes, you think secondary school, start at 7:30, end at 2:45. But Mrs. Smith's day actually begins checking her bus at 5 a.m. She departs her parking spot because her first pickup is at 5:40. Yes, ma'am. Yep, 5:40. But she also, in the afternoon, by the time she gets everyone home and clears her bus, she's averaging about 4:45 to 4:50. That's a long time to be driving a bus when you know you're not going to end up at the beach. The current school year has been a true hardship for her family. She suffered a hard loss too, very unexpectedly, with the monarch of the family, Elle, passed away. Mr. Smith was not only a huge support for her and her family, but for us too. It was not uncommon for a tree to have fallen in the Temperance area and blocked poor Miss Lila blocked her in. She would simply say, "Call my husband, he'll come." Shortly afterwards, she'd always radio and say, "I'm moving again," and then he would call saying, "She's safe." When Mrs. Smith told me she was intending to retire this year, she explained to me that she needed to spend as much time as she could with her sons and grandchildren. She said as much as importance of ACPS and her students meant to her, she needed to be with her family and not miss another thing. She just recently celebrated the graduation of her granddaughter from Bridgewater. So I'd also like to congratulate a lot of you in here because her granddaughter was a graduate of ACPS. She just graduated Bridgewater. Congratulations. So on behalf of everyone, I'd like to say thank you for everything you've done. After this week and next week, no 5 o'clock mornings, unless you're baking sweets. Thank you, Miss Lila.
I'll ask that Miss Brenda Thompson, who's retiring as a bus driver, come to the stage, please. Mrs. Brenda Thompson, as we know her as Kay, I was quickly corrected when I started there that no one calls her Brenda but her mom. So she's Kay. Joined ACPS in September of 1992. Mrs. Thompson comes from a very long line of dedicated bus drivers, from her mom to her sister, who were longtime drivers of our department before retiring. Mrs. Thompson serves as a driver in the Elon area, going through Neola to the Rockbridge line. Who knows each and every student, parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles of each one of her students. She has built a lasting relationship with her families, not to mention the school staff. When I first transferred down to transportation from the school board office, this was so new to me. I was scared and questioning what in the world had I gotten myself into. I came from a department of a family of 1 of 5, Julie, to 1 of 90, and thought, what in the world have I gotten myself into? But Mrs. Thompson and her sister took me under their wings and taught me. She said she'd never leave my side and she had my back. She showed me how to merge a run, pull drivers around to help cover, and how to tell drivers no, they couldn't be off. They actually would come in before school started and would spend hours with me teaching me how to merge runs. When I lost a driver in the Elon area, it was panic time for me, and I was panicked horribly.
She came in and sat down with me with the right question and manipulated it so I could incorporate it into theirs, which is still being done today. Mrs. Thompson is another driver who's had a long route. Her first pickup is at 5:50, I believe. By the time she clears in the afternoon, it's 5:10, 5:15. Her dedication to her students and to make sure she accommodated the parents as best as she could was uncanny. She would make changes mid-route to take a student to grandma's house because mom has called and said she couldn't get to the stop in time. I can't imagine how I will work out upcoming shortages out, so be prepared for calls soon. I know I'll need your guidance. Without a doubt, need your guidance. So on behalf of Amherst County Public Schools and Transportation and our community, I'd like to thank each of you ladies for every year you have dedicated to us, to our students, and to our community. You are an inspiration, you are appreciated, and you are loved. You will truly be missed. Thank you.
The next honoree we're here to celebrate this evening was not able to make it. It's from the Technology Department. Ms. Brenda Fitro was with Amherst County Public Schools for 26 years and for a total of 38 years of service in education. So thank you, Brenda. And from the Child Nutrition Office, Ms. Julie Watts, who is not with us either, was the CNP Child Nutrition Program bookkeeper and secretary for 25 years with BCPS. And now for closing remarks, I welcome Mr. Chris Terry, our board chair, to the stage.
So first off, I'd like to thank Sweet Briar. If you've ever attended an event up here, the food is always phenomenal, and they do such a great job. Amherst Middle School, the singing, the programs we have at our schools are just incredible. But the beautiful thing about tonight is we're not here to celebrate the kids. We're here to celebrate you guys. And I don't know, I lost track of the numbers. 600 plus years in Amherst County Schools, 700 plus years all the way around. I have had the privilege of working at my job for almost 34 years. And I can say I've probably mentored a couple dozen people. If you think of 700 years of service, the number of kids that came through your classes or on your bus or whatever, the number of kids you have impacted in those years is phenomenal. I mean, I don't even know how to do that math. I need the math teacher here to figure that out. But it's such an honor to be able to thank you guys for your service and what you have done to and for our own students. My kids all came up through Amherst County Schools. I came through Amherst County Schools, and it is just a privilege to be here. Remember, as you go on, you are not the teacher or the bus driver anymore. You're the retiree, but you're still going to be somebody's favorite teacher, or the cool bus driver, or that counselor who helped me through a rough time. So thank you for all that you've done. And on behalf of the administration office, school board, the Amherst County School Board, we thank you for all that you've done. So, thank you very much, and have a good evening. Drive safe.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. Just one last opportunity here. If I could just have all of our honorees stand up for a moment, please. You kind of stand up where you are. You may all turn your task on the wrong. I just really want to give one more round of applause to amazing individuals.